lawmakers with the Give Her Your Best Award. Do you know an everyday hero who goes the extra mile to help others? Nominate them for the Give Her Your Best Award by visiting WJBF.com and filling out the entry form.
Sponsored by Science Co., Piedmont Augusta, Security Federal Bank, and News Channel 6. Join News Channel 6 as we honor the CSRA's best in local high school sports, including this year's Athlete of the Year, the All CSRA Awards, Tuesday, July 1st at 7 on News Channel 6. The News Channel 6 mobile app is now even better. Download it today. Children First on News Channel 6 is sponsored by Bridgestone.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 5, conflict growing between Israel and Iran.
How U.S. lawmakers are responding to the situation as Your News at 5 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery.
I'm Brad Means. Thanks for joining us as coverage you can count on begins with President Trump.
It's time now for a first check of the weather.
Our chief meteorologist, Jenna Petracci, joining us now.
Well, it's a mostly dry and very hot day, but we do have a few storms popping up now on Live Viper 6. You can see over in Edgefield County and outside of Johnson and Emmanuel counties. That's where we're seeing just a little bit of green and some red, indicating some brief-heavy rain. Over in between Johnston and Ridge Spring, we have that one shower, and then down towards the south, you can see a few light showers in Emmanuel County, and then a couple lightning strikes with that heavier rain moving in towards Johnson. Now, as we zoom out here, you can see some stronger activity and even a couple severe storms back to the west of us, and some flood warnings happening now with that heavy rain falling down into Alabama. Now, on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, you can see it is still dry in downtown Swainsboro. We have some cloud cover, there's a nice breeze, and temperatures are a bit warmer than yesterday, at least in most spots, putting us in the 90s, 91 in both Augusta and Allendale, 90 in Millen, Swainsboro down to 86 now, so a bit cooler there, 90 in Edgefield, and 88 in Crawfordville. The heat index up to 102 now in both Bamberg and Evans. A lot of places at that triple-digit mark with winds coming out of the southwest. 13 miles per hour sustained now in Aiken, and for the rest of your evening, we'll have that southwest breeze, and we'll stay in the 80s through the 9 o'clock hour with a few more showers and storms starting to pop up. So coming up, I'll have a look at your full 10-day forecast, so stay with us, but back to you, Jenny.
Thanks, Jenna. An Augusta commissioner is stepping down. At a meeting today, Commissioner Alvin Mason announced he was resigning. In a speech, he said he's done all that he can do and that health reasons played a role in his decision. Mason recently expressed disappointment over the potential name change at the new arena.
I've never changed, I've never wavered, and I've never caved in. And so when you're talking about that in politics, when you're going through bribery attempts, people trying to assassinate your character, people trying to take your federal job away, saying that you're doing local business on federal time, going through all of that. I'm still standing. I don't let anything change who I am. And now it's time to take care of me like I've tried to take care of this community.
There's no word yet on who will fill his seat in the interim.
Aiken County locking the doors at Langley Pond Park. That's after vandals damaged it again. The story from Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Cabbage-Stock.
The restrooms behind me now operates on limited hours. County officials blame repeated vandalism. And parents I spoke with say closing the doors at night only makes sense.
It could be a number of things. It could be teens, it could be adults, it could be anything. But at the end of the day, why take the chance?
Aiken County is cutting back on restroom access at Langley Pond Park. From now on, the restrooms will only be open when staff is on site. Typically, that's Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, there could be anything in there. Not just, even if it's just vandalism, it could be a broken sink with shards in the ground, cut feet. We got kids swimming with bare feet. Of course, you put your shoes on before you go to the bathroom, but kids are kids.
Those hours expand to 7 days a week during the summer, Memorial Day through Labor Day.
Sometimes we'll use the bathroom before we get here, but if they do have to go to the restroom, I usually go with them just in case. Because even during the daytime, things can happen in restrooms. So we all go together.
Parents say locking the doors at night helps protect one of the few places families have in the CSRA.
And I think in Aiken, we should have more things for children to enjoy. But if you have your kids out here or people in general vandalizing things, then how can we expect to have a good time whenever you can't keep control of your children?
You know, people want to throw rocks or spray paint something, you know, they should do it at the house or something, man. You know, you out here hurting everybody, you know, your community, your friends, your family, and we just out here trying to, you know, catch a good time, cool off in this hot sun.
Those hours are now limited, and those restrooms will be locked unless a county employee is present. In Aiken County, I'm Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Cabbage-Stock, WJBF News Channel 6.
A Richmond County deputy is being called a hero after a brave rescue on Father's Day. Sergeant Daryl Grooms was doing his routine patrol of the lock and dam Sunday when he noticed Glenn Wright Sr. and his son caught in a strong current. This was after Wright went in the water to retrieve a fishing pole. Grooms then jumped in the water to save Wright, and with the help of other Good Samaritans, got both of them to shore safely. Wright and his son attended the award ceremony this morning, calling Sergeant Grooms a hero and a friend.
As you see on TV today, we got so many incidents that involve the police, and they do get a bad name. There's bad people all over the world, but that day, that became my brother over there.
Sheriff Eugene Brantley also recognized Anthony Caruso, who threw a rope out to Wright's son and pulled him to shore safely. Sergeant Grooms has been with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office for 35 years.
A popular park in North Augusta back open with some fun additions. There you see him cutting the ribbon today on the new playground at Creighton. It's on Lake Avenue next to the Living History Park. Federal hurricane money covered the upgrades.
Now for us to reopen this park really it's in our downtown. So it's a neighborhood park in our downtown. We have got incredible equipment now, playground, ADA compliant. So it's just going to be fantastic for all our citizens. We were very excited about it.
There are now zip lines, balance beams, and climbing walls.
Looks like fun. Georgia voters are at the polls for a special primary election today, voting to fill seats on the Public Service Commission. Those races will be in Districts 2 and 3. The Public Service Commission has a say in your electricity, gas, and utility rates. The Public Service Commission is voting this month on whether or not to freeze the base rate for 3 years.
Because we care about different issues in our community and in our state, in our, in our nation, and all we can do is vote if we disagree with something. So we're here to vote. And all I've seen the power bill doing is going up, up, up. So we need I'd like some regulation.
The polls are open until 7 o'clock.
A fun way to focus on cybersecurity at Fort Gordon. CyberQuest has been going on for the last 2 weeks on post. They wrap things up today. The event each year helps identify emerging technologies in cyber and electronic warfare.
We're trying to deliver capabilities to the United States Army that makes them more lethal, makes them more survivable. And in an environment like this for an experiment, because it's not an exercise, there is room for failure. There is room to provide feedback and how to improve that capability.
I'm definitely going to be taking some of that information back to base and talk to some people, because there's a few pieces of equipment here that we could immediately apply.
Army Cyber Innovation tested and evaluated 15 technologies.
Coming up, a somber anniversary in South Carolina.
We're going to look back on the Charleston church shooting 10 years later. Stay with us.
It's the music event.
Annual Book Bag Bash. The Book Bag Bash is a back-to-school event designed to provide free school supplies to students in need from kindergarten to 12th grade. The event will take place on Saturday, July 19th, inside the Bell Auditorium. There will be free family entertainment, costume characters, DJ music, and crafts for kids. Join us as we equip thousands of students in the Augusta area with the school supplies they need to succeed. The Book Bag Bash, brought to you by Hawk Law Group.
To keep the weather, you need to see the whole picture. That's why Live Fiber 6 gives you the Skyview network. Get a live view of traffic and weather from all over the CSRA. Available online 24 hours a day at WJBF.com and the free Live Fiber 6 mobile app. The WJBF Live Fiber 6 Skyview network. Powered by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. The CSRA. It's full of interesting people and plenty of stunning sights to see. Join Brendan Dawson as he hits the road. Your hometown road trip, Wednesdays at 12:30 on WJBF News Channel 6.
What's for dinner? Fresh for everyone.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. I hope you're having a nice Tuesday so far. It's been a mostly dry day, but we do have a few spotty showers and storms developing. One of those is up in Saluda County. We have this light rain in between Blacks and Ridge Spring headed towards outside of our viewing area. That's moving off towards the northeast. And then we have a storm moving into our viewing area. This is now impacting parts of Johnson County. So if you're in Wrightsville, you're probably starting to hear that thunder. We do have a lot of lightning strikes here with that heavy rain, and then more storms back to the west of us that we'll be watching over the next few hours. It is completely dry though in Augusta. We just have those cumulus clouds. This is a live look in on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam at Washington Road. It's a hot 91 degrees, but feeling even hotter than that. The feels like temperature is 100 thanks to dew points in the lower 70s, and we have a southwest wind bringing in all of that moisture, currently coming in at 11 miles per hour. So a little bit cooler now in our southwestern counties due to that rain. 88 in Wrightsville, 86 in Swainsboro, but the majority of us around that 90-degree mark. So we have all of this moisture in the southeast thanks to the Bermuda high in the Atlantic. And we also have these stalled fronts to the north of us. Because these are still pretty far away, that's why we're seeing such isolated activity. It's not a washout for any of these days, and that includes tomorrow. It's National Go Fishing Day, so if you're headed out to the lake, it will be a beautiful day for it. We'll have a decent amount of sunshine, and it will be hot again, all the way up to 90 degrees by the lunch hour. So for Juneteenth, same story. We're just going to be at a 30% chance of a few showers and storms, a high of 93, a low of 71. Now the difference for Thursday is that we do have that marginal risk of severe weather. That's for a threat of damaging wind gusts. So it's a very low threat, but we do just have that slightly higher chance of rain and storms, along with the possibility of them becoming strong. Now after Juneteenth, it is the first day of summer. It's now just 3 days away, even though it's already feeling like it with those highs in the low 90s, heat index at 100. But notice as we go into next week, it gets even hotter with that feels like temperature getting up to around 102, and that will carry us into, say, around Wednesday of next week. We will have that dome of high pressure situated all across the East Coast, and that is going to bring above average temperatures with the humidity as well. So let's talk about our future cast now. With all this humidity, we also have that chance of those pop-up showers and storms. So here's tonight at 6 p.m., and then notice once we get to 8, that's when we'll have a little bit more coverage here. So some of these storms will be moving through the area, especially in our northern counties here, possibly impacting parts of Aiken. So keep that in mind if you're headed out to the Green Jackets game tonight. It's not a guaranteed washout by any means, but you may have a brief shower or two. Now, as we go through tonight into tomorrow morning, we're going to start out dry for our Wednesday, but same deal. Once we get into the afternoon during the peak heating of the day, those storms will start to develop. So notice that front still well to the west of us, but once it gets closer to us on Thursday, that's why we'll see just a little bit more coverage, and we'll also have the chance of those storms getting a bit stronger with that marginal risk in place. Now, our low temperatures tonight will be right around 72 degrees. Our high temperatures tomorrow could get as hot as around 94, and that 10-day forecast is showing high temperatures between 92 and 96 degrees over the next 10 days. Low temperatures staying very consistent in the low 70s, and those chances of rain stay pretty little as we go into the weekend and into next week as well.
All right, Jenna, thanks a lot. Happening now, the annual Giving Your Best blood drive here at Television Park. We team up with Shepherd every year to help provide life-saving donations to patients right here at home, where each donation can help save 3 local lives.
We often go through, blood shortages and things like that. So, anytime you can come out and just give a quick 30 minutes just to give, some blood is perfect.
There's still time to whip by Television Park here on Augusta West Parkway, where the blood drive continues until 6.
Up next, farming on the moon.
Now, a scientist in Texas is working on a lunar colony after the break.
SaberMobile.com.
Farming on the moon may sound impossible, but it could happen.
A scientist at Texas A&M has made advancements to make it possible, as Eric Henriksen reports.
If we could figure out how to establish a permanent presence on the moon, that's going to help us explore further into the universe.
Jess Atkin is taking her passion to the stars. After retiring from the Air Force, the PhD student went from looking at the skies to the ground.
We are growing crops for food production in lunar regolith simulant, which is basically moon's equivalent of dirt.
Moon dust isn't exactly great for crops.
The moon system is very different than what's happening on Earth. And so one of the big things that happens on Earth is that we have life.
Amelia Wolf with UT Austin says that one of the major problems with moon dust is what it lacks: nitrogen and tiny microbes plants need to thrive.
This dust at this point is sterile, so it doesn't have any of these microbes.
Soil comes in a wide variety here on Earth, like this soil sample from Valverde, which isn't the best for growing. Meanwhile, this sample from the Wildflower Center here in Austin, a little better.
The elements that are in lunar regolith are generally inaccessible to plants in the form that they're in.
Adkin is turning to seeds coated in fungi to bring life to moon dust, testing it out on a moon dust made in labs on the Earth. The crops matter too.
Chickpea, because it's able to form relationships with microorganisms, and it actually actively recruits these relationships.
Chickpeas could also provide protein to astronauts and restore nitrogen to the dead moon dust.
Our hope is, by the end of this, to have it turned into a lunar soil.
Soil that can be used for more crops in the future.
Well, that does it for us for this half hour. There's a lot more coverage you can count on at 5:30.
Including lawmakers looking to make some of the cuts made by DOJ official. That story and more next. Here at Medical Associates Plus, we want to guide you. You have 64s everywhere. You must love that number.
Yeah, 64 is kind of like a third child to me. That's why I got it trademarked.
You trademarked a number.
Yeah, I pretty much own the number 64. If anyone so much as speaks the number, I could sue them for everything they got. But enough about that. Let's get down to business. How old are you?
I'm gonna grab something out of the car real quick.
What are you doing? Why are you taking your
Right
stuff?
back.
Are you 64? Third one this week. I didn't even know you could trademark a number. Kelly, where do your best mornings start?
Where do you think? The best morning starts with Kelly and Mark.
You're like apple pie in America.
Weekday mornings at 9 on News Channel 6. The live 5 for 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us on News Channel 6 at 5:30. Topping today's headlines, Aiken County is cutting back bathroom access at Langley Pond Park. City officials blame repeated vandalism on the facility. Going forward, the restaurants will only be open when staff are on site, typically Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Richmond County Deputy Sergeant Daryl Brooms is being honored as a hero after rescuing a father and son from strong currents at the Lock and Dam on Father's Day. A popular park in North Augusta is back open with some fun additions. A ribbon cutting was held today to celebrate Creighton Park's playground revitalization on Lake Avenue. It's next to the Living History Park off West Spring Grove Avenue. We'll have these headlines and more at 6, but first, coverage you can count on begins with the Senate considering. Well, it's time now for our first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. No hurricanes right now, just a lot of sun and some storms moving in, though.
Yeah, it's very nice that so far for the month of June, we have not had a named storm yet.
Good.
So let's keep that going as we head into July. But right now on Live Viper 6, we definitely have had our fair share of storms. And tonight is no different. Now, it's very isolated activity, though, so most of the CSRA is dry. But notice down in our southwestern counties, that's where we actually have a special weather statement now for Johnson County. And that's for this heavy rain and frequent lightning moving into Wrightsville and the possibility of around 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. We also have this brief heavy downpour headed towards the town of Millen as well. Now, as we zoom out here, you can see a lot more rain and and some stronger storms over to the west of us. So all of these flashing polygons are indicating some special weather statements. So that's for gusts up to around 50 miles per hour. They're not severe storms, but could still knock a few weak trees down, cause some brief power outages. So something to keep in mind. Now around the CSRA, we have temperatures right around the 90-degree mark. It is hot and humid out there. The heat index up to 100 now in Augusta, 102 in Evans, and the winds are coming in from the southwest, bringing in that moisture, 13 miles per hour now in Aiken. Here's a look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam at SRP Park. It's nice and dry. The Green Jackets take on the Lynchburg Hillcats tonight. First pitch at 7:05, and we do have the possibility of some isolated storms, so keep that in mind. I'll have a look at your future casts coming up, but back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. Well, with the heat on the rise, it's important to remember not to leave your children in your car by themselves. More than 35 children die each year after being left in hot vehicles. No matter if windows are down or up, experts say it isn't safe. Now, according to the National Safety Council, there are 3 primary reasons a child gets left in the car. Either it was on purpose, the child was forgotten, or the child gained access on his or her own. It's also common to think a quick run into the grocery store won't do any harm, but experts say that's not true.
1 minute can end up being 15. We don't know, how your car will heat up. We know that typically vehicles will heat up quickly within 10 minutes, but that 10 minutes is not a fail-safe number. It's not like 9 is safe or 8 is safe.
Experts also say if you're not used to having your child with you, leave something in the back seat like a purse, or have a toy or the diaper bag in the front seat. First responders are also warning people to be cautious with the sweltering temperatures outside. Scarlett Lizjack has tips on how you can stay safe in the heat.
As the sun beats down on the upstate, many people take advantage of the warm weather for outdoor activities, whether it's a walk, a bike ride, or spending time in the garden. But the heat and outdoor recreation doesn't always mix well. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 700 people die from extreme heat every year in the United States. The CDC says people suffer heat-related illness when their bodies are unable to properly cool themselves. Hilltop Fire Department Chief Donnie Miller says the heat can take a toll on Spartanburg County's vulnerable population, and every year they respond to heat-related calls.
In the area that we're at, we got a lot of unfortunate people, homeless in our area, and a lot of times people see them out in the grass and stuff, and we have to go take care of them. Plus, older people, that's another thing is we tend to check on our normal older people that we go to a lot, just to make sure that they got a cool house and they got water and stuff like that.
Fire officials say if you have to be in the heat, make sure to take frequent breaks in the shade or in the AC. Well, leaders at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention encouraging summer camps to examine documentation of immunity for measles for anyone who will be on the grounds. CDC experts say because the virus can spread quickly, all children, staff, and volunteers should be checked to see if they were vaccinated for or caught measles before. They also say summer camps should stock up on face masks and create an isolation space for any campers who fall ill with the virus. A federal appeals court is once again listening to arguments over the Trump administration's list. Coming up, Beyonce performs a tribute to a Beatles member and a movie about Formula One. It's new and trending up next.
And it's going to stay hot all of this week as we approach that first day of summer on Friday. We'll also continue to see those afternoon storms, and I'll have a look at your future cast after What's Trending.
Come on.
Hi, Suzanne Lily Honeymichael here with Hardwood Floors and More. My husband Greg and I continue to hear about concerns about price increases, but we want to let you know we have always been focused on American-made products. We have the largest selection of flooring and lighting, and our commitment to you is to provide you with the best pricing, products, and workmanship. So come see where our company is the company that friends recommend. Hardwood Floors and More, so much more in store for you.
Fly direct to Washington, D.C. from Augusta Regional Airport.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for a look at what's trending. Tyler Perry's latest Netflix movie, Straw, quickly rose to the top of the streamers' charts, and the lead star of the film, Taraji P. Henson, posted her reaction to the news. On an Instagram post, she says, quote, "Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This one took me on a journey, deep, raw, real, and I'm so grateful it's landing with you the way it landed with me. Now, reports say in just 2 days, the movie gained more than 25 million views and more than 45 million hours of viewing time. It even hit the top 10 in more than 80 countries, so if you haven't watched it, you might want to give it a try. I'm hearing good things about it and a lot of mixed reviews. It's really raw, that's what I hear, and I need to take some time to watch it myself. I just, know I'm going to cry, so I have to just prepare myself. And speaking of crying, I love this next story because it's about one of my favorite songs. Beyonce closed out her 6-show run in London last night with a heartfelt thank you to Sir Paul McCartney. Take a listen. Song Blackbird, which she reimagined on her Cowboy Carter album. She called it one of the best songs ever made. I actually agree. I've loved that song for years. Love, love, love that Beatles song. And she said, quote, every time I sing it, I feel so honored. She called it a full circle moment to wear his daughter Stella McCartney's design while singing the song on tour. That's awesome. Look at that. Look at the blackbirds on the top there. Wow. Pretty powerful. Well, it was the premiere for the film F1 in New York City, and the film is about a Formula One driver. Pretty interesting. Melvin Roberts has the latest.
We start in New York City at the world premiere of the highly anticipated F1 movie. All eyes were on star Brad Pitt and, of course, his date, Inez de Ramon. The pair walked the carpet along with actors Damson Idris, Kerry Condon, Javier Bardem, and Lewis Hamilton. Our Scott Movie Mance actually got a chance to talk to some of these stars ahead of the big premiere. Take a look.
What was the moment when you felt like, holy Toledo, this is really friggin' hard?
Wow, really hard. I'm gonna say it was during the Grand Prix races. We had these 5 to 10 minute slots to get the shot while the crowd's actually there, while the Grand Prix is actually happening. And all the other teams are lined up and they're watching me and they're like, go get him, kid. Don't spin out, because if you do, it's gonna take forever to get the car off the track. And by the way, Max is gonna take off in like a couple seconds.
Man. It's awesome.
The pressure was really on. It was really nerve-wracking. But equally, once you accomplish it, the feeling.
It was so, yeah.
It's the most euphoric feeling ever.
We still hope for some lucky breaks. Hope is not a strategy.
Anything else, Professor?
Drive fast.
It's such a crazy idea. Joe Kosinski, our director, must have been sitting around after the success of Maverick going, what do I do next? I know. I'm going to do the most visceral, experiential racing movie ever made. I'm going to integrate the entire film into the F1 season. I'm going to put real actors and real cars on tracks on real race weekends, and we're going to make a movie.
Why not?
Somehow he pulled it off.
Action.
F1 director Joseph Kosinski explains that he had to make some tough choices while making the movie, including cutting Bridgerton actress Simone Ashley's part. In an interview with People magazine, he said, it happens on every film, where you have to shoot more than you can use. There were 2 or 3 storylines that ultimately didn't make it into the final cut. But Simone, she's an incredible talent, incredible actress, incredible singer, and I would love to work with her again. Ashley does reportedly appear on screen briefly, but does not have any lines. In Hollywood, with your entertainment report, I'm Melvin Robert.
Looks like a really interesting film, and I hope Simone got paid for it regardless of getting cut. You know what I mean? All right. Well, let's take a look now at our forecast, and we are still counting down to the first day of summer. Can't believe it's 3 days here, but the sun has already beat it in the hot temperatures. Let's see what's ahead for us over the next couple of days. Your full forecast is coming up with Jenna next.
Makes buying easy.
Sponsor Saturday mornings with the most trusted team in local sports. Preview all of the weekend action and recap all of the big plays with Gianna Stefanu and Gabriel Snowball. 6 Sports Saturday, Saturday mornings at 9:30 on News Channel 6.
I'll see one at the intersection.
The WJBF Live Fiber 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, your most accurate accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. We do have some storms popping up and now. You can see most of that activity is still to the west of us, but we do have some stronger storms starting to move into the CSRA. We have the special weather statement for Johnson County, so let me read off the information for that. This is for a strong thunderstorm moving northeast at 30 miles per hour for up to 40-mile-per-hour winds, pea-sized hail, and that frequent cloud-to-ground lightning. And then also notice to the east of that, in Jenkins County, we have some brief heavy rain and a lightning strike as well. In Augusta, though, it's completely dry. It's definitely very hot. Here's a live look in on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam outside the station. 91 degrees, feeling like the triple-digit mark with a southwest wind of 11 miles per hour. Dew points are high in the lower 70s. So around the CSRA, we have some places in the upper 80s. It is a bit cooler in our places seeing the rain, but some of us up to around 93 degrees today. And the reason for the chance of rain and storms is because we do have these couple fronts to the north of us, and then we also have the Bermuda High in the Atlantic, and that is bringing us a lot of moisture into the southeast, bringing that slight chance of rain and storms. Now for your forecast tomorrow, we'll be climbing all the way to the 90-degree mark by noon, a good amount of sunshine, and a great day to go fishing, as it is National Go Fishing Day. Now for Juneteenth on Thursday, it will be getting even hotter, a high of 93, and the rain chance increases just a tad, up to 30%, and we also have a marginal risk of severe weather for our Thursday for the threat of damaging wind gusts. So unlike what we're seeing now with just those special weather statements for non-severe storms, it's possible that we could have a couple severe storms on our Thursday. As the temperatures continue to heat up, we'll have that heat index all the way up to 102 over the weekend. So it will be a great weekend to be outside, but you're definitely going to want to stay hydrated, and the heat will continue into early next week as that high pressure continues to move further into the United States, and we'll be under this dome of high pressure, keeping things mostly dry and pretty hot.
The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. We do have some storms popping up, and now you can see most of that activity is still to the west of us, but we do have some stronger storms starting to move into the CSRA. We have the special weather statement for Johnson County, so let me read off the information for that. This is for a strong thunderstorm moving northeast at 30 miles per hour for up to 40-mile-per-hour winds, pea-sized hail, and that frequent cloud-to-ground lightning. And then also notice to the east of that, in Jenkins County, we have some brief heavy rain and a lightning strike as well. In Augusta, though, it's completely dry. It's definitely very hot. Here's a live look in on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam outside the station. 91 degrees, feeling like the triple-digit mark with a southwest wind of 11 miles per hour. Dew points are high in the lower 70s. So around the CSRA, we have some places in the upper 80s. It is a bit cooler in our places seeing the rain, but some of us up to around 93 degrees today. And the reason for the chance of rain and storms is because we do have these couple fronts to the north of us, and then we also have the Bermuda High in the Atlantic, and that is bringing us a lot of moisture into the southeast, bringing that slight chance of rain and storms. Now for your forecast tomorrow, we'll be climbing all the way to the 90-degree mark by noon, a good amount of sunshine, and a great day to go fishing, as it is National Go Fishing Day. Now for Juneteenth on Thursday, it will be getting even hotter, a high of 93, and the rain chance increases just a tad, up to 30%, and we also have a marginal risk of severe weather for our Thursday for the threat of damaging wind gusts. So unlike what we're seeing now with just those special weather statements for non-severe storms, it's possible that we could have a couple severe storms on our Thursday. As the temperatures continue to heat up, we'll have that heat index all the way up to 102 over the weekend. So it will be a great weekend to be outside, but you're definitely going to want to stay hydrated, and the heat will continue into early next week as that high pressure continues to move further into the United States, and we'll be under this dome of high pressure, keeping things mostly dry and pretty hot. So tonight at 7 p.m., spotty showers and storms here and there. Not expecting these to be severe, but it is possible we could continue to see some frequent lightning, brief heavy rain, and small hail and gusty winds. Now as we go into midnight, we're drying out. It will be a dry start here Wednesday, and like I mentioned, we will have a good amount of sunshine on Wednesday, but we still can't rule out those isolated showers and storms. Now the reason why we're not seeing a lot of widespread rain is because of the distance that we are far away from the fronts here, but once this cold cold front starts to get closer to our area. That's why we have a little bit of a higher chance of rain on Thursday, along with the possibility of some of those becoming severe. Now, our low temperatures tonight will be around 72 degrees above our average low of 69, and our high temperatures tomorrow will be right around average, around 90 to 94 degrees. That 10-day forecast is showing a 30% chance of rain and storms on Juneteenth and that first day of summer, back down to a 20% chance over the weekend, and we heat up to 96 next Tuesday with those low chances of rain sticking around into next week.
The heat is on.
It really is.
Thanks a lot. Coming up, a new trend to help brighten the bathroom. We'll have the story after the break.
Do you currently have a Medicare supplement? If you've had it for a few years, you've probably noticed the rates continue to rise. If you're in pretty decent health, there's a good chance we can get you that exact same coverage for a lot less. Give us a call or visit our website at u64.com.
When you see this face, MikeHospitalLawFirm.com. We can get to work today.
You've been seeing our commercials for months, and while you've been watching homeowners across our area save their roofs and save thousands of dollars, guess what? You can too. Roof Saver's exclusive patent-pending Renew at 17 roof preservation treatment extends the life of your roof by 17 years with just one application and one treatment. Call Roof Savers right now for your free roof inspection to see if your roof qualifies.
Augusta, stop worrying about an expensive roof replacement. Let us visit your home and inspect your roof to see if you qualify for roof preservation. With just one application of Renew at 17, we can extend the life of your roof by 17 years. Prior to our treatment, we will also include a full roof tune-up and replace missing shingles, plus clean your roof to remove unsightly algae, mold, and dirt.
We're proud to announce that Roof Savers is the first roofing company to be approved and partnered with the Wounded Warrior Program in the United States. Listen to Dr. David Godbold.
This preservation treatment that you have with Roof Savers going forward in a 17-year warranty is absolutely unheard of. Our entire staff and our scientists basically had to check this chemical out before I would even allow it to be sprayed on any home dealing with any veteran or any of our wounded warriors. So that's why I'm doing it first, to be the leader, to let people know that for me to do it, it had to meet every bit of the criteria that we look for in putting our name on it.
America's #1 choice for roof preservation is Roof Savers. Save your roof, save your money.
You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted. The Live 536 mobile app. Download it today.
What are they doing here?
I don't know. AC is acting funny.
It seems like everything's fine with the air conditioning. Is anybody messing with the temperature?
For u64.com.
Here's the latest bathroom decor trend, creating flower arrangements for the tank on the toilet. They're called a bouquet. Get it? Bouquet? The original creator says, "This is my absolute favorite thing to do for my guests when it's summertime and springtime." Many say it's insane. A plumber says it will ruin and clog your tank, and others worry about the flowers becoming a bacterial breeding ground. But I guess she says it's pretty and she likes it, so I guess she's just part of the... That's pretty. I'm just watching it. It looks nice. It's pretty. But, yeah, she's willing to pay the price, I guess. But it is pretty. And that's all the time we have for this half hour. We have more coverage you can count on coming up at 6, including why a local deputy is being called a hero. We'll have the story up next.
Weather headlines on WJBF News Channel 6. Brought to you by Southpaw Roofing. Roofing done right.